Hi, this is Kim with Papernasium. I am filming in Southwest Florida on the afternoon when the tropical storm has turned into the hurricane. So if the lighting is weird, I'm going to apologize in advance. Today I want to talk about some DIY stamps. I've been filming Tidy Fridays, Shabby Doodah's Tidy Friday thing, in advance, and so I've been working on organizing my stamps because I have a new craft room that I'm moving into, and while it's bigger, I get to reorganize and redo everything. So I've been working on my stamps, and you'll see those in the initial Tidy Fridays, what I've been doing. Stamps and my ink pads. So I want to talk about those a little bit. The first thing, I want to talk about some DIY stamps. And that really came to pass because I got all my stamps in one area. And one of my stamps that I love is this peacock. Now this is a woodblock stamp. And there is no cushioning. None. Zero. And then I was looking at these tiny little stamps. These are like 1.5 inch stamps. And their cushioning is just that white part, which is super, super skinny. So if you look at, like, let's say a Tim Holtz, it's much wider. So I was like, I'm not sure that the cushioning matters that much. Especially since, you know, most everybody has a foam thing that they stamp on. So I just want to talk about some DIY stamps. I'm going to move all this stuff kind of off. So I've already tried to film this once, which is why the next thing I'm going to do is partially done. This was on this wood block, and I just pulled it off. I left the cushioning on, and I am putting on some of this foam, the mounting foam. So I stuck it on the back, I did a rough cut out, and now I'm just cutting off all this black because, like I said the first time, the black, and the second and the third time, the black is super, super sticky, and I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. And I can pretty much guarantee you that in a matter of not as long as you would think, that black stuff, that black area will just be filled with particles. Let's put it that way. Well, that one I cut off too much on that, didn't I? So I'm just gonna stick this back on and cut off the part that I don't want. There you go. And then I'll just take this back off and I'll put it in with my other stamps. And then I will save this wood block. I'm not quite sure what I'll do with one that big, maybe cut it up. But previously what I've done with some of the wood blocks that I've taken off is I have made my own ink blending tool. So getting back to this, I was really thinking about, you know, what is it that I have in my household that I could make stamps out of. So the first thing, and this is not a revelation at all, the Tim Holtz, I think it's Stampers, the stamp collection, stamp collector, CMS 338. These come with a full sheet that you have to pull off, which means, so all of these areas that don't have a stamp on them were filled with stamp material, and that's this. So I've made these kinds of stamps before. So what I did was, instead of throwing this away, that material away, I just stuck it on these little boards that I have that for me are I don't want to say waste, but they are the byproduct of you know, something else that I cut, or their mistakes. So I just want to show you kind of how these stamp. These are going to stamp just like a normal stamp, because that's what they are. It's normal stamp material. It just is not cut out in any way. So this is a Delicata dark brown shimmer. It's a pigment ink. You know. So there you have that. And then let's try Seedless Preserves Oxide. There you go. I didn't press that down at all, actually. I wasn't sure I was stamping in the right spot. So let me... There's that. And then... let's just do the walnut stain over that. Now this is an ink, the distress ink. So that's how those three print on, this is like a cardstock 80 pound. Now that is just regular rubber stamp material. And I've been looking for a grid stamp, so I thought that was kind of funny. So there are those three. So then I was thinking, going back to this woodblock stamp that has no cushioning. I was like, I wonder what some of my other wood offcuts would look like. Now these I've tested. You can see. So this is just a flat piece here that I've you know, just glued a couple of things onto. So here we have the walnut stain distress ink. And these are sort of grungy, which is one kind of stamping. Hang on. They're not going to give perfect impressions, you know, like the rubber stamps are, but I don't know that I always want a perfect impression. So here's the Distress Oxide. I'm just rubbing this off, kind of clean it up. And here we have the Delicata purple, or the Delicata brown. So that is one, there you have it. So these are stamps, they're easy to make, and they're free. I'm going to put these over here because this one is a little offcut that's got some engraving in it. So I guess let's start with the purple. Now this is engraved, like this is something I could attach to another one, or just leave it the way it is. And this is the Delicata. I love those. Super easy. What did I do with the other stamp? I'll find it later. This one says Merry Christmas, So I had engraved a little Merry Christmas on something, and I just kind of want to see what this one looks like. Well, for it to be a stamp, I don't know that you can see it, but the Merry Christmas would have to be reversed. And because it doesn't stamp, you know, fully, you can't really read that anyway. So I'm not sure that engraving something this small and detailed is worthwhile. That's a little bit better. Let's try this. That one's better, but still not great. And there's a little bit of purple here that I'm just going to lift up. It's okay. It's not great. I'm not saying I might not ever do it in a desperate situation, but I'm certainly not going to depend on that for something when I really want it to be crisp. Oh, here's the other one I was looking for. And then, oh, here's another one that I did. So this one's actually kind of two. I don't know if you can see this. So I've got these ends that match, they kind of match, they're from the same sort of thing as this. And I've just kind of stuck them together. So let's do this so that you can see where it changes. See how it's right there? It changes. It's just kind of random. And then let's do this brown. And it still, I got some of the purple left. And then this is I don't think there's much difference in the coverage that they provide on this, you know, using this material. This one's a little bit darker, but I don't know that I really care, honestly. So this one, the interesting thing about this one is that not only is this side can be used as a stamp, but so can this side. And it's the same thing here. Like if you wanted an oval, you could use this. So I'm just going to do this one brown on this side. And this is just really about playing with the materials that you have and seeing what they do. So see how it didn't catch in the middle? I didn't get hardly any ink. So I'm just going to ink that up. And I wonder if I do an ink block, if that'll... So here's a big acrylic ink block. I'm just going to, you know, use that to press down. See what we get this time. We got, you know, a marginally better impression, but, you know, it's kind of grungy. So these are better for grungy. Let's see if we do the purple over here. Now, because it's sitting up, I'm just going to push down on each side and see if what that does. It's a more, the coverage is more even end to end, but it's still grungy, which again, I'm okay with. And the last one that, oopsie, that I haven't tried, that I want to see what happens. This, these lines are just engraved. And this was the result of multiple problems with my machine. And I want to see if I like what happens. So I'm just going to put this dark brown. I'm going to start up here because these lines are a little thicker. Just making sure that I get, okay, put the block on. And I am stamping on foam, so this is foam. I love it. Okay, so let's try the. I think this is seedless preserves. Let's try that. See what we get. Oh, woo! Well, be careful. I love it again. So this broke there because when it cut those shapes, it actually had cut almost all the way through the board. So even pressing, you know, the ink on there made the structure was so compromised that it just broke. So, and that's fine. These are offcuts. This is basically trash that now I'm going to use because, and I'm going to dig through all my trash. I've been saving it for years and find the things that I want to start stamping with. So thank you so much for hanging out with me during the hurricane. Although it's not really coming close to my house, it's going back to where I used to live, and we almost moved to New Orleans instead of Fort Myers. So and we're thankful that we won't be hit again, and we are of course thinking about all those areas that have been hit multiple times and look like they're going to be hit again. So we wish everybody to be safe and to take care of themselves and their loved ones. So thank you again. Like, subscribe, share, all those things. My DIY stamps. I'm going to encourage everybody to look in their house and think about what they could stamp with. And I don't just mean like apples. I mean weird things that you have in your craft room that maybe you're getting ready to throw away. So I will see everybody soon. Bye.